Welcome back to the Will Is Podcast. Yeah, I'm back at y'all ass too. Yeah. Anyway, I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to have gotten some rest. I'm happy to, just be full fledged. Feels good to have energy. It feels good to have, I've had that capability of, pretty much getting back in alignment with life. We all have struggles. We all have these different type of situations that that are unavoidable. But anyway, we still here. We right back at you. So check it out. Show tonight is the WIP Excavating America show. Heavy, right? Heavy, 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 heavy. We're gonna be discussing some very intricate topics. So it's gonna be ran a little different tonight. But we're gonna have fun still. We're just gonna stay on cue, get some things ironed out. You understand? So I'm gonna play a little music. Let me see if we can get a little music playing because I want to hear a little music. Maybe a little bit, maybe not. I don't know. Because you know how I be sometimes. That shit don't sound good. I be like, fuck it, I don't want to hear that shit. But anyway, we're gonna see how we feel. I don't. It's cute. Whatever. I don't want to hear it. Next. That's cool. I can vibe with that for sure. I rock with I rocks with that. Anyway, check me out. Excavating America. America. Then and now. Then and now. Check me out. First off, we have to understand how do these things take place. When you have a very forward society in the Americas, very forward moving, very multicultural, very swarthy, very intelligent. See, this is a twist to this show because I think people don't understand the formalities of geography. You don't understand the indigenous perspective of the West. This color, melanated complexion, has always been global. Trade, relationships, fellowship, governance, finance, statehoods, power. Yeah. The problem with the global north this happened ages ago. When they expel their icons from the global north. We know who they are. We know who built all of Eurasia. We know who set your precedents. We know who learned that every culture globally was a dog nation. All of us, including me as the indigenous one here. See, the guilt lies with understanding that your allegiances are falling apart. The one thing that united the world over the global south they had to agree to a lie. They had denounced all of their indigenous past cultures. That's what really happened. So to agree upon a lie globally, somebody gets left out. Yeah. It's called people with this complexion globally. But let's go a little more intrinsic. You dig? So, when you turn everything upside down, that's called a lie. Why do they say turning it upside down? Because people would turn shit upside down and find the truth. Makes sense? The same way you had the audacity and the ideology to throw your mothers, your fathers, your teachers, your loved ones. You had to be extremely dedicated. And you had to have amassed an extreme amount of wealth and power. But how does that start? You had to turn into a liar and be okay with it. And accept the fact that that will be your adopted conscience. You would have to accept the fact that that will be your continued way of life. The lie. See, lies have no roots. I've said that multiple times on this show. Yeah, you check out my shorts. You can also, I see a lot of you checking out my shorts, and that's wonderful. But check out my past shows. Check out the whole show. Like, subscribe, share. Have a study session on it. Break it down. I see a lot of you 18 to 24-year-olds. I appreciate you watching the show. Bravo, bravo. Thank you. Thank all of you. I see the 65 plus watching the show. Thank you as well. I see everybody in between tuning in. I am so grateful. I'm very appreciative because I'm selfless. I do this for you. But let's get back to the subject matter at hand. Liars. Liars. You have to. You see what's going on right now, right? Why you have so many wars? Why you have so many disagreements globally? Because when you tell lies, they begin to wear. When you tell lies, you begin to break apart because these so-called treaties and these allegiances, they can break apart at any time. Why? Because you can never found nothing on a lie. You underdig that? So that's, the only way to do that is you have to make everybody capitulant. So the brutality comes down on Said victim, people with melanin. All people with melanin. Check me, American Indian, official, from the root. And check this out. A person would get mad at me and saying, well, why are you not cosplaying an African? Because I'm not African. That's simple for me, but it's complex for others. So that means you would have to accept the fact that there were an extraordinary amount of different opinions that will say that's a lie. This can't be a complete society when a society does not take care of its indigenous class of people. 1, 2, let's be clear. Let me go to my second point, because first of all, I gotta make sure I complete this first point. When you tell a people that they don't come from nowhere and that they just somehow just dissipated and floated off to heaven and they come from another land, that's a lie. Especially when you can discover and know, when your lineage don't lead you nowhere but right here in the Americas. Okay. Again, how does one pull this off? Well, I can change your concept of spirituality too. Yeah, and make you understand a religion. And not only will I show you that this religion is viable, I can prove it. I have money. I have wealth. I have global influence. I have trinkets. I have things that I can give you that you have never seen before, Mr. Egalitarian society that you once were. But let's not move too far past that changing of spirituality. If you watch my previous shows, you'll check out Dr. Anthony Dixon and I, probably one of the first shows we did. This is a reference point for you to go back and check it out. If I have conquered you and introduced you to a lie, yeah, she lies for the short-sighted. Short-sightedness is also an introduction to the indigenous society. Truth relies on vision and direction and steps that had to be made to achieve. Because you know how long it takes, you know how much practice and effort and ingenuity you have to put behind learning, embracing, and putting it into motion, meaning moving forward no matter what. But always being accountable, appreciative, responsible, selfless, articulate, accurate, a father, a grandfather, a son, an uncle, a man. All those characteristics have to be maintained. Not at a minimal standard, at a very high standard. Some men want to learn how to be just that without becoming a liar, without becoming a person that has been manipulated. We're gonna have keep on pushing forward. I got a few more real good highlighters for you. Give me a second. Trinkets are gifts. They say you put something in a monkey hand, he'll never let it go. He's so focused on it, so intrigued. Short-sightedness. See what I'm saying? That's a mirror. A mirror is a trinket. Dye for your hair is a trinket. Louis Vuitton. Gucci. Excessively expensive vehicles. You just a show pony, Mr. Hollywood. We know who got the power. The things you sacrifice to make life easy on yourself instead of using your sheer will, fundamental values, morals and ethics, genuine relationships, genuine fellowship, truth-telling. Elements that are actually solutions to your formidable problems. When you tell lies, you get yourself in all kind of old shit. And you can't be upset with nobody but yourself. You got your ass there. Another lesson for you youngsters. It's so easy to get into shit, but it's so goddamn hard to get out of it. Ain't that how the devil works? It's easy to spend your time uselessly, thinking that you have all the fucking time in the world and you don't. You get this age 45 fast. I'm letting you know that now. Hit me quick, bow! But at least I took some steps while I was younger that paid equity into my older age. So now we have a generation of robbers, thieves, tricksters. You want everything I got and don't want to work for shit. Crazy. You know this old robbing and thieving and shit is a whole damn game now. You got people up. They're erecting themselves up without morals and ethics. Damn that. Screw that. I don't need that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. Fuck all that. I go out here and get it for myself. But if you take it from somebody and they worked hard for their money, I would apply the same principles instead of taking from someone else. And if we know a lot of people that made a lot of money that was unearned and things of that nature, but it doesn't, that's just my perspective. We're gonna get up off that, but I'm just letting you know I don't subscribe to taking from no one, robbing, thieving, conniving, stealing, manipulating. We at the Will Is Podcast, we don't subscribe to that type of behavior. That's atrocious. And you're defeating yourself by thinking you need something from other people at all. So next, let me move on. Let's move on. But that's what trinkets are, man. Trinkets are just that. They can be taken. Look at. we ain't gonna do that. Okay, moving on. Another behavior. The Northerners, the global North. When you dominate by lying, again, lies have no fundamental root. You have to tell a lie, and another lie, and another lie, and another lie. And then you say, well, I'm not lying if I'm going to edge the truth out when I want to. I'm not lying if I can control when the truth can trickle out. I'm not lying if I have the truth and I've maintained the truth and the world just wasn't ready for the truth. No, the world was never ready for you to lie. The world wasn't ready for that. That was the biggest fallacy of your equation. You gave yourself the ability to take and never earn. The Gentile will always be gentle because you always want something given to you. You never earned anything, you never built anything. You've always built yourself on someone else. And you complain. That's pathetic. It's a bit sad and pitiful. Use this opportunity to learn morals and ethics because you never stopped being a savage and had the nerve to call melanated people savages. Well, that's true, but you taught them. You taught them. Look at the destruction that Latin America deals with. A ton of hatred, a ton of melanated blackie jokes. Y'all been focusing on lightening up your race since you got implanted that you were Spanish. Just like you have Negro pins, you have El Negro Spaniards. So those are facts because if you understand the history of the Moors, you would understand that the problem that exists still today is the fact that the European introduced his skin color as a value. Sad part about it is a lot of melanated people raced to that value perspective when there was no value in it at all. Never existed. Again, that goes back to lying. When the European expelled his mothers, his fathers, took their technology and felt the need to dominate the world and say the world should be of a lighter hue. That was the most hellacious thing the world had ever seen, because that means when you start painting pictures white of your parents and your ancestors and start turning words, you just basically turned the world inside out and made everything in your favor, and now it doesn't work out because you were never equipped at all. Your dominance was a gift, never earned. Manifest destiny is a fallacy. You are not God's favorite. You're a new born. You went through some hellacious trimesters, but you never lost your savagery. You want to treat people bad and ugly, but as soon as you receive any of that, you make it an attack. You go as far as sounding an every alarm in your community, saying, "I was attacked. Oh my God." Oh, that's is cry wolf. Whenever you're in the company of people, you prefer not to learn, you prefer to dominate, because that masks your insecurities. So you have to feel powerful by doing subliminal gestures and also being subliminally childish. It's not witty, it's not smart, it's just offensive, and it shows how unintelligent you are again. And this is some, but not all, because I'll tell you, we have a ton of melanoid people globally that participate and behave just like you. I wonder why. Because when they introduced race in the 1670s, It was again a lie and a fallacy. But you do have melanated people that absolutely enjoy the preference of other people and not themselves. Some people I feel that are melanated have a built-in self-hate. They have a very extreme built-in dislike for themselves because of the psychosis and how easy they want their life to be and how they want to be so in alignment with something that, or some people that hate and despise. Some things you shouldn't ask for. But if you ask for it and you get what you ask for, hey, well, that shit is all on you, buddy. I can't help you. You're not you will never receive the things that I would like to tell you if you are in that type of situation. I hope you understand. What it will take is to understand that melanated people, before there was any type of other kind of people, any Caucasian, period, there were ninth ether beings, there were clones, there were druids, and then they like to try to tell you that we're all made equal. If that's the case, you would see a rainbow of athletes being phenomenal. That's not the case. Not when it comes to athleticism, wit, smart, and well, what about Luka and Nikolai Jokic? Jesus. There you go, believing propaganda again. See, using examples that are only fitting for entertainment. This is edutainment. So if you want to be entertained, this show might not be for you. This is edutainment. Once again, subscribe. Let's pick up that new terminology, edutainment. Let's not do nothing but edutain ourselves and never again participate in what you would call, let's make a new term, or let's use some old terms, in filth. Let's stop operating in filth. Yeah. So that when you see somebody of your likeness, I mean mentally, because I hope we've got over this color thing, but I got a few more points to make too. I don't know if I'm done straightening yet. See, when you don't understand how to love yourself and appreciate the being that you are, you will keep yourself in a continuous, perpetual war with yourself and those that look like you. Shit is terrible, but it's true. Who wants to war with themselves internally because you refuse to accept the fact that someone lied to you? That's why you have a need for their spirit, no, they don't have spiritual systems. They have religious systems, superstitious systems. You want that so bad because you can't live without it. What has it done for you? Seriously. Besides taught you how to escape from you in its entirety. That's sad, but true. In that position, you know you'll promote someone else's propaganda continuously. You'll start doing their work for them. And you will be a champion of it too. You will never ever discover the inner workings of you. Sad but true. I need you to understand that you're not a poison. I need you to understand that the only way you can contribute to hate is if you hate yourself. Sad but true. Being at war isn't natural, period. Believe me, I've been in war. Real war. Kosovo, 99. 3rd Battalion, 8th Marines. And I'm here to tell you, firsthand, it's not natural. Nothing is natural about war at all. There's nothing natural about taking a life. Nothing. There's nothing natural about whispering a lie. Nothing. There's nothing natural about telling lies. Not a damn thing. Every lie you tell is wicked, cruel, and mean. Because liars are cowards. Be careful of all the pain you don't want to go through and that you want to alleviate so much. Pain is weakness. Weakness. Pain is weakness leaving your body. Yeah. Y'all see that maroon flag back there? But I was first a Maroon. You don't have Marines if you don't have Maroons. You don't understand, America don't tell you nothing about the truth. I'm from Pensacola, Florida. We're gonna get into this one day too. My peoples. We're gonna get more into this too. Setting it up for the next show. There will be another colorism show too. I hope you understand. I hope you dig that show. If you watched that show, check out my previous shows. But check it out. I'll holler at y'all tomorrow. We're gonna cool it off, but we're gonna get back at you tomorrow. Yeah. So anyway, that's all I got for you tonight. Like, subscribe, give me some comments. Yeah, do that. I want to know what you got to say. Yeah. Once again, thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking. Again, comment. I want to hear what the fuck you got to say. Shit, I mean, what's happening? But anyway, yeah. You know what time it is. I want y'all to say this shit with me. Come on. Say it with me. Come on, let's go. The will is yours.